Okay, so let's take a look at how you can create the Redis cache in Microsoft Azure portal and then connect that to DBGate admin tool. So we first take a look at what is DBGate. So it is SQL and NoSQL database client, and it can do a variety of things for you, like doing the data manipulation. Then you can import export files, that is data out of that database. You can connect to a variety of database, run queries. You can also do the data modeling, etc. So this is the tool which we will be connecting with our Redis cache, right? So I will go to portal, click all services. Alternatively, you can even search for the same. Now here we will be checking for Redis cache. Right? Click on Redis cache and then Azure cache for Redis. Here I can click on create. So we'll be creating one instance and we will be adding our data to that, right? So here first thing we do is subscription, then second resource group, then comes DNS name. Let's name this DevNami Redis or something like Redis dev db. It is available. Now we pick the location and finally we pick the tier that is cheap and doesn't cost us much. So I will pick the basic C0, which is the most cheapest one. You can view the pricing here on the right and pick from that. So as you can see, C0 and C range is cheaper, but also you need to watch out with minute changes here. Within C6 you will find very expensive Redis cache server, right? So I will choose this basic one, which is cheaper. There are other options as well which you can check and pick up, right? So most of the one that I am seeing are the expensive ones, right? You can always take a look at all the available options here. All of them are either enterprise, premium, and so on. Pick the most lowest megabytes and you will have the cheaper plan. Next, go to networking. Here I will choose public endpoint, then choose advanced to see advanced options. So here non-TLS port you can enable, disable, right? Then Redis version here is set to 6. Then you have your resources, name, value, and that you can add for your tag to organize your resources. Then click review and create. Now validation is passed, so I will just go directly to create the resource. Now deployment takes a bit of time. Once it deploys, it will show you the success message and you go to that particular resource to connect to. So in my case, I will just have to wait for a minute or two. Now you notice that we have Redis instance created. Now I will go to the source. Now here, as you can see, this is Azure cache for Redis. It has access keys and the port 6379, which is kind of non-SSL port, is disabled, so require SSL. Now another thing is paying attention to, let's say, our keys. So the primary key that you can see here, this is very much important. Now my job is to connect this with DBGate. So if you check the DBGate and if you have installed it, just move to the application, right? So it is open now. So I will just remove anything previously that you are not using. Right now here we will be adding the Redis. So we will start by finding the server and its port, then password, right? So let's go here and here is our host name, right? So let me paste it to the place of server name, then password. This will be our access keys, right? Then 7 encrypt option, key separator is here, display name, I will name this Redis cache Azure, right? Then we pick say red color here to recognize there is SSH tunnel. We will see if we need that. Now let's take a look at access keys, right? Now here we have primary key, so we can copy that. So I assume that is what we will be using. Then comes identity, in case if we choose to connect it using our Azure RBAC, which is part of Active Directory, right? There is also other options for you that you can check. There is advanced setting for you to explore as well, where you can see allow access via SSL, where you can see I am restricting this to yes. Then TLS version we have kept default to 1.1. then other things are kind of set. Port is 6380. We will go here and find it, 6380, right? 6380. 79 is block. Here I can paste my access keys, which is primary. I will test this. If it works, we will connect, right? Meanwhile we will go here and kind of explore our other options. As you can see, any connection we make, we will be noticing the movement here in memory and load, right? You will also find this show keys option, which should take you to access keys. There is also console, which we can explore at the end as well. So for now, let's go to DBGate. So it is in still testing, so we may have to check what could be reason for that. So here let's go to show access keys. It also opens up a drawer which leads to the same options that we have in access keys, right? So let's wait for it to show us the test options. In case if your test doesn't give you access, simply change the port to 79 and then go to your non-SSL port option where you can enable that so that we can test again. So if we click on test this time, we can see if it connects. As you can see, it connected. So make sure to enable your non-SSL port, which you can do from here or from advanced setting, and that's where you find the ports, right? So now that we have managed to test our connection, I will save this so that it will appear within my connection, right? So oftentimes what happens is that we have to watch out for two things, one being your SSL, second being that CS certificate. But in case of Redis, there is no such issue. So we just have to click on save. Connection is saved. I will double click, close this tab. Here you see I have variety of databases here, DB0 and so on. So I will just pick one from the list, and here I can, let's see, pick some keys. There it seems to be none, so I will create a new query. I will just type in ping and let's execute this, see what it replies with. It returns with ponk and so on. So here we can try a variety of our Redis queries. Now let's try and create one query where I want to say push few items, right? So here let's say I will create a set that has demo as its set name and 1, then s, add demo 2, then s, add demo 3, and so on, right? So we will add that, and at the end I will use s members demo. So if I select everything and right click and execute, let's see what happens. So it will result in our 3 to 1 in that order. So we got our demo as set. Similarly, if I choose to use L push, then delete 1, L push, delete 2, L push, delete 3, and finally if I choose to use between 0 to 4 of delete, so delete 0 4, right? So if I select everything and execute, it should show me that too. So we managed to create one set and one list, and everything shows up properly. Now the thing is, you can do everything that you usually do with Redis inside DBGate, so we are pretty much comfortable on that point. But make sure to close the connection every time you go out, right? So we managed to establish the connection with Redis cache Azure, and for that we made use of DBGate admin tool.